Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, February 20th. Welcome. I hope y'all have had a great couple of weeks. We're just busy. Same old, same old. It is tax season, so work is busy. See, I've hung up some paintings over there. Let me try to move this a little bit. Those are things Abigail painted. They had a group project in high school, and I think it was my 3 girls in the group. There might have been somebody else, but the others did presentation, and Abigail painted those. Had them out here forever, but I finally got around to hanging them up. Look at me getting stuff done. Let's see. I guess it's time for stitching. There are some days that I didn't get a lot done, and some days that I was really impressed with myself. So there you go. As you can see, tooth is still not fixed. I go in March to make sure that everything is healing well so that we can go ahead and order the tooth. Hopefully, it's all healing fine. I don't want to have to start over. Anyway, I worked on my flower tree. I don't actually know what the name of the project is, but that's what I call it. Guess I could have moved this stuff out of the needle minders out of the way. This time I finished the trunk of the tree, and I've started filling in, like, I guess it's supposed to be grass down there. You can see. This is where my hoop ended, so that's why only that got done. Here's where you can see how much I've actually stitched. So I feel like I'm for real over halfway done. Finally. I think I started this one in Stitch Mania in 2016. Something like that. Anyway. It is on my list of 20 for this year. We'll see. I worked on this cute little one from the trilogy. And this I bought in a kit. Got stuff hanging everywhere. Good gravy. I am really close to being finished. I've got to get the border all the way to the edge over here. I didn't stitch that crooked. I'm not holding it straight. You know, down and around the W on the warm. There's a button that goes in between those. And I'm going to stitch in a few of the snowflakes, but not all of them, because I didn't go up far enough here. So the snowflakes won't fit above their heads. So we're just going to go with what will fit in there and be happy with it. I worked on this little bunny. This is out of a duplicate stitch book where you do the stitches to mimic sweaters so that it looks like it was knitted that way. I have never done that, but they're charted just like a cross stitch chart, so I figured it might as well. It might work, should work. So far it is working. This time I finished filling in a little bit. I had some empty spaces over here that I filled in. And got a lot of the face done. It's hard to tell. This comes over and is part of an ear. But the color matches really well, so it's really a little bit hard to see. This one is on my list for 20 this year. This one is not, but she's still getting pretty close. I'd like to be able to finish it. Y'all are going to be so happy about this because I haven't stitched on this in quite some time, so you finally get to see something new. I'm doing the cow. This is out of, I just looked at the date a second ago. Set for the Love of Cross Stitch, September of 1990, I think it says. Yeah. September 1990. And I'm doing it on a piece of hopscotch cloth. Ideally, the wreath will run right along here and the cow will come out from it. Ideally, we'll see when we're done. I did all of this right here yesterday and put in that part of the horn up there. Addison saw me working on it and she has claimed this for her. She's got a thing about cows and I don't know why, but that's okay because she can have it. That one is also on my list of 20 to finish this year. That's the problem with these things is you get the little ones finished, so that my list, I just take the 20 oldest whips that I have, and that's my list of the 20, and a lot of them are bigger because that's why they haven't been finished. They're bigger. This was one of my new starts. These are so cute. And I don't think I'm going to stitch the border around it. I think I'm just going to stitch this stuff. Here's my fabulous start. That is the cat's head. This is just a piece of scrap. I don't remember what else I stitched on the other part of this, but I figured a mottled pink ought to be great for Easter, right? I need to remember to get my hoop out of here. I would do it now, but that would make a lot more noise. I've worked a little bit, not near enough, on my Brooks Books Animal Advent, and not near enough because this is also on my list. We're back to what I mean about the big ones being left. And I am on Sophie Squirrel, which is number 12. So I got most of her body filled in since last time. I know I filled in her face. She was looking a little bit weird. I had filled in some of her face, but not all of it. She looked like she had tusks or something because there were little white squares. Finished up her tail and started putting in the red. So maybe I can get that square finished quickly soon, because only having 11 done, I have to do better than one a month in order to get that finished before the end of the year. We have a bird that has decided to live in our garage. There's a nest above the garage door opener. I don't know if the nest has been there for a while. I don't know if this bird has come and claimed that nest or if it's living in other stuff in the garage. There's a dining table in my garage and 4 chairs. Yeah, I think 4 chairs are out there that we haven't gotten rid of and we don't use, but it sits there. It's way too small for our dining area. And so it just sits there. The bird gets under that behind some stuff. I think there's some Christmas ornaments and boxes underneath that table. But the bird gets back there sometimes. But I have like little pencil Christmas trees out there. They're 3 different heights. The other day the bird was sitting on a branch of one of those trees when I went out in the garage. I keep the door cracked so the bird can get out. It could go out, and we've got 5 acres of trees and we're surrounded by about 400 acres of trees. Why is it sitting on a fake tree in my garage? I don't know. Because this is the world I live in. I worked on Happy Everything. I believe this is on my list also. I'm really not sure though. So we have Very Thing. So far. I finished putting in the stitching on the turkey, and I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just shaking this all over the place, making y'all sick. and started the stitching over here on Santa. I don't want to save my back stitching for last. So I'm sorry, I'm habit of wearing glasses. I'm used to having to look through the bifocals. So as you can see, I've been doing it as I go along. So I really need to come in here and at the very least get that turkey done. I've got some leaves that go down here by the turkey and then some presents. And then there's an angel and a star. There's a star here and an angel here. So anyway, maybe I can at least get that done, and that will be all the way to the end on that side, and then we can move over and start working on the other stuff. I worked on this one for about 2 seconds, and I just wasn't feeling it. I think I did a length or two of floss when I picked it up, because I spin the wheel. I have everything on my calendar, what I'm supposed to work on that day. And I did some of those. I probably did most of those. I don't know, I was there before, but this one, it's so hard for me to get motivated to work on. I like it. I like the way it looks. But like those little pink flowers, there are like 4 colors in there. And I'm just like, it's the whole 2 stitches, change, floss, do another one, whatever. Out of this Prairie Schooler, book number 13, A Prairie Year. As you can see, mine got folded in half to be mailed when I bought it. But I don't care, because whatever. March is what I started with. I don't know if I'll stitch them all or what, but I got it finished. So I think last time I had like 1.5 of those done, because I had to pull out a bunch of stitching, but this time it's done. The little white stitches are kind of hard to see on there, but they're there. So now the question is, will Taryn FFO it before St. Patrick's Day of this year? I'll do it before some St. Patrick's Day, but will I get it done before this year? And I'm not sure it really matters, because the cat won't leave them alone. I'm trying to figure out how to display this stuff. I think it's Miku. This morning, she did not let me sleep in at all. And that would be like till 7. That gets to be my sleeping in, but she wouldn't even let me do that this morning. She was sitting at my bedroom door meowing because she had brought over to me and had it at the door, one of my cross-stitch pillows that was, I think I took them all out of the tiered tray because she kept getting them out. She broke something else by knocking it off the table that the tiered tray is on. So I finally just took them all out of there to resist the temptation. But I had another, it's an old wooden Coca-Cola box, and she's discovered that there were some in there. So now she's pulling all those out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I worked for just a hot little minute on this one. This is from lepointdecroix.com. I think that's how you say it. I bought it on Etsy. So I don't know if that's their Etsy name or not. I love it. It reminds me of the Valentine's cards from like the 40s and 50s. This is a piece of fabric that I did something to myself. It looks like I coffee dyed it. I don't use tea. I just use instant espresso coffee. I did like this. I know, right? Ooh, Taryn, slow down. I really like stitching on this one.
Hey, babe, have you seen any of that Love Sack cream that you bought me?
I told him I'm leaving that in, so I guess he could hear me out here recording, so there you go. And he didn't talk like that. He's from Michigan, y'all. Okay, if you're keeping count, this is 2 finishes. I finished the March, and I finished Which Better. This is from Frosted Pumpkin, and it has very little resemblance to the actual pattern. Let's see. I got off somewhere in my count, and then when I was counting other things off of where I was off, it just made it even worse. So I wound up not having room to get everything in. There's supposed to be like 2 candy baskets, I think. They're not there, obviously. I did my candy apple in red. I think somewhere up there is where I got off, but I really don't know. And obviously I'm not going back and fixing it. The witch had green hair, maybe? I don't know. And I wanted her to have a regular skin tone. I contemplated green for her skin, but decided to just go with this. She is partially cut off because of the C and the candy. I guess I could have left it as it was before with the Which Better Have My Andy, but then Dax would have had questions. And then this is supposed to be a little bat. I don't know if it really looks like one, a bat flying. It certainly doesn't look like this one. This one's way far off in the distance. That isn't on the pattern anywhere. I just put that in because I had this empty spot and I didn't know what to do with it. I also backstitched around this candy corn, and I guess that's supposed to be another piece of candy or something. I don't know. But we're calling it done. So, yay. That is 2 finishes in February. That gets me with 4 finishes so far this year. And I know other people have a lot more than that, but I am thrilled with 4. If I keep that up all year, that'll give me 24 finishes at the end of the year, and I'm not going to complain about that in the least. I worked on this January from Snowflower Diaries. I started through June or July with my weekly starts, which I showed you the cat. That was one of them, right? Yes, the Easter cat. But anyway, I moved on and did some other starts because I didn't want everything to just be this. I was getting tired of stitching the same piece of that border over and over again. Oh, my magnets, my needle minder's sticking. But look how much I got done, y'all. Last time there was, I think, this corner up here in this and part of the word January. So I finished January, and then all of this other is since then. I have no idea anything about this fabric, but I am doing this 2/2. So it's really going to be a little bit big. But I feel like 1/1 on here is too small. So I don't know. So here we are. But when I picked up the white and put on the tip of the tail and then came over, and did the spots, when I put on the tip of the tail, it's like, oh, that makes the tail. It just does. And then I came and did the face, and it's like, oh my God, he's looking like a fox. And I put on his little ears. Love him. We have a lot of foxes around here. Not just me. But we don't have red ones. They're all little brown ones. And when I say around here, I mean like here at our house. There was one that was living where in the shed where the, it's more like I guess it's a shed. It's 3-sided. There's a trailer and a pop-up camper parked in there. And it looked about half grown, was hanging out in the back there. Because he could get up against a wall, but still be able to see everything going on. At least I'm giving him credit for that being why. This is my other new start. Since it's been 2 weeks, I'm trying to do them a new start every week. So far I have. This is Lizzie Kate's Fright Night. And for the Frosted Pumpkin piece, which better, I just cut off some of the fabric that was left on it and started this one. I did the Frosted Pumpkin one 1/1, but this one I'm doing 2/2. I hope it'll fit. I think it'll fit. We'll see, I guess. Because I didn't measure, I didn't try to calculate. I have no idea what the count is, so whatever. I started with the bats, I started at the top and I'm working my way down. But I wanted to get that pumpkin in. I started at, see, there's parts that are more orange. But I, on purpose, put it this way and started where there's more yellow. And then I went as far as I did because I just wanted to make sure that that orange was going to show up okay on the pumpkin. And it looks like it is, so that'll be okay. Like I said, hopefully it'll all fit. That is all the stitching that I have done. I have been busy, well, besides working and having to read all kinds of accounting stuff because lots of questions. You know, everybody has stuff going on in their life. Anyway, there's a good chance that in a couple of minutes my phone's gonna stop and start again on the recording, so we'll see. Anyway, I've been busy reading, and I think I told y'all about this quite a while back. Because, gosh, it's probably been about a year. I've been reading a court opinion about an attorney in our small town, well, where our office is, in San Marcos, whose paralegal has been accused of stealing from him, trying to poison him. He thought we were doing his personal tax returns and his partnership tax returns, and she made up a fake email address using Dax's name. He would try to, have her set an appointment for him, and she would always tell him that we were canceling it. All of this stuff was going on. And the fraudulent filing of tax returns, I don't know that one ever got filed. I mean, I don't know if she ever filed them or if she just filled it out. Because, like I said, we've never done one. But he filed charges against her, and she said that the things she was telling people, like that he was depressed and he might be suicidal, she was trying to say that kind of like she was protected as a whistleblower, through the First Amendment and things, which the judge said. The appeals court, she appealed the initial decision, which was, no, you're not covered under that because that's not what you were doing. And the second judge has also said no. But I was reading the opinion because it's like 21 pages, but they spell out a whole lot of what was going on. And oh my God, that's all I can say. It was crazy what was going on. So that's been occupying a little bit of my time because legal jargon and all that kind of stuff, you have to read slow. Okay, let's see if it cuts off. I guess not. I don't know. I have to read a little bit slower to make sure I am understanding what's going on. So, but that's been really interesting. And she got arrested for, the attorney was suing her. It was a civil suit, libel and slander and all of that. This appeals judge found that no, she wasn't protected by free speech. But the day after that finding came down, she got arrested for stealing, he says, over $250,000. Basically, attorneys, and I don't know how they are in all states. In Texas, they have, if you pay a retainer, there's a special account that goes into, and billing hours have to be shown to take that money out. And sometimes if there's a settlement and you want the money paid out slowly, it sits in that account, which it's not a slush fund. They're not supposed to touch it unless they're billing that account for a retainer or... Okay, I think we started over now. I guess it's at 26 and a half minutes. I don't know. Anyway, they aren't, it's not a slush fund. They can't just access that money. It's in a legal trust and all of that kind of stuff. And the accusations are that she was spending money out of that account, that she tied her PayPal account to that account, that on his computer she had set up so that like emails coming in with certain keywords went to hidden folders. And I mean, she's stupid for doing that kind of stuff because everything about all of it is illegal, including using Dax's name to file tax returns. Although she did not sign any of them. Any tax returns we prepare, he signs. They are signed by him. And I don't think she ever did that. She just said that that's who was preparing them. But she's not stupid. She's unethical, maybe. But to be able to do all of that and keep up with it, and I'm guessing it's been going on for years, because for 15 years, he thought we were preparing his tax returns. So to keep track of all of that and to keep everyone in the dark, she's certainly not stupid. So why would you do that? So she's in jail now. The attorney is hoping that they will actually find enough evidence to file charges against her for giving him antifreeze to drink. Unknowingly to him, of course. His daughter happened to find him because they hadn't heard from him, when his daughter got to the office. Keys had been broken off and all the locks. And finally she had to use like electronic keypad to get in, and she had to get the code from someone else. She didn't know it. But he was almost dead. I mean, it was lucky that she found him. It's amazing that after ingesting antifreeze, he didn't die. He was in a coma for like a week or so. And I haven't talked to him recently, but he was still really struggling months after this went on. I think all of it was going on in 2019, maybe. I don't think it was 2020 yet. I think it was all going on in 2019. But anyway, yeah, it's like a Dateline story. It is just like... So anyway, I've occupied a little bit of my time doing that. Looking into that, because that's just crazy. But I actually bought something else. I actually bought patterns because I saw a pattern that wasn't these, and I was like, okay, are there others like that one? Because that one's kind of cute. And then I saw these, and I was like, gotta have them. They are off of Etsy. Green Terrace. It looks like that's probably the name. That's who has copyright anyway. Green Terrace. So maybe that's who you look for. But they're gnomes, and I know how much everybody loves gnomes right now, but are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at them. So I bought Indians too. My people, Dax's people. I don't know. This one, that's the one that cracks me up the most. Look at that mustache. Kills me. I'm going to do them all. I think I might do them all individually, though. But yeah, cowboys and Indians. How could I not? I mean, seriously, how could I not? I think that's it. I had hoped that I would have something else that I've been working on to show you, but I'm waiting for Dax to cut a couple of pieces of leather for me. He could have been doing that instead of coming out here to try to embarrass me, but it's okay because I told him I'm leaving it in. I'm not cutting that out. So anyway, I'm just looking around to see if there was anything else fun and exciting, but I don't think so. I think that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful week or two, as it seems to keep being, and get lots of stitching done. I think I'm going to go take the Animal Advent and probably go sit in the big fat middle of my bed and put on some Floss Tube and do some stitching this afternoon. Probably in a little bit we'll go get coffee. Dax fasts on Sunday. I would say I sort of do because I don't like to eat in front of him, but I just wait till he leaves and then I eat. But usually we go get coffee, and then when I come home, by the time we get back and everything, and I cook dinner, then usually his fast is over. But enough of that. I hope y'all have a wonderful week or two. Thank you to everyone who's commented. Thank you for the likes. Welcome to new subscribers. And I thank y'all all for just coming to hang out with me. And we will see you here next time. Thanks, y'all.